What's going on, everybody? Welcome back here with another interview. Today, I'm joined by Imo Essien, Old Dominion basketball player. How's it going, man? Thank you for coming on here today.
Good, man. Appreciate you having me.
No problem, my guys. So, first off, are you guys really working out yet, or is it still off season for you guys?
Uh, we picked it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We started kind of workouts, team workouts, kind of building our chemistry early. I'm actually at home right now, though. I'm in Texas. I'm not at school right now. So we got like 3 weeks off. But when we come back to school, we'll be hitting the ground running now. We'll be diving right into it.
Awesome, awesome. What's it been like, moving kind of far away from your home? What really have you ever felt homesick or
Me personally, nah. Right off the bat, I was surrounded by, like real good guys, great staff. So no, I never felt that way. It was times freshman year where it's like, man, I'm far, like, what I'm saying? Something may happen at home and all I can give is my opinion. I can't be there face to face. You have times like that, but I came into a family, as a team, so it wasn't too bad for me.
going back when you were younger, when did you really start playing basketball and how did you start getting into basketball?
I started early, like I remember I was like 2 years old. Uh my older brother played, but my parents didn't play at all. My father's from Nigeria, so he grew up playing soccer, and my mother, she didn't play any sports growing up in Houston. So for me, it was just like my brother. Early, I wanted to do whatever my brother did. Like 5, 6 years older than me though, so everything he did, I just felt like I needed to do it. So he liked playing basketball, so he would have me in the gym with him all the time. I would go to the rec early, leave late. We used to pack lunches, go to the rec, um, and it started early for me. And it just kept picking up.
How did you really find out that like you're in high school and you get these offers coming in? And when did you really find out that hey, I'm gonna be able to play Division I college basketball?
Uh, it was always like a dream of mine, honestly. I used to watch college games. When I was growing up, me and my brother, we watched college basketball. We didn't watch the NBA, so it was huge for me. You know what I mean? I wanted to do it, especially being from my small town. It's not basketball, even in Texas, really, especially where I'm from. No, basketball isn't. It's not really, it doesn't get the praise that football gets. So for me, it was like a must happen. You know what I mean? It has to happen for me. I had my mind set up, but I think the whole thing turned up a notch though when I got my first offer, my sophomore year, and I was like, yeah, it's nothing else. Like this is the standard. You know what I'm saying?
You chose Old Dominion over Montana State, North Texas, Stephen F. Austin, and Garnett Word. How did you really make your decision? How did you come down to Old Dominion was the choice you wanted to make to go to school?
For me, personally, man, living in Texas, it's like a big bubble. You know what I'm saying? It's all you really know is Texas. You know what I mean? All you learn about is Texas. It's a huge state, so like I knew that I wanted to get outside of Texas. You know what I'm saying? I knew that I had kind of not outgrew Texas, but it was enough here for me that I've already experienced. So um, when you put that into play with how much the coaching staff was talking to me and my family, making me feel like I was already a part of the program. It just felt right. It felt right. It felt like the right thing to do. So,
In your freshman year, you saw limited playing time during the games, but you played in every single game of that season. How did you really develop your skills with the limited playing time? And did that challenge you kind of mentally, like saying, "Hey, I'm not playing that much. Is this the spot to be?"
yeah, man, coming in freshman year, like any other freshman, man, you got your mind made up, man. Like, I don't care who's in front of me. I don't care what school I go to. I need to be on the court, and it never changed for me. Wherever I've been, wherever I play, I always felt like I need to be on the court. You know what I mean? I always felt like my team had a better chance at winning. You know what I mean? If I was on the court, that was just me. You know what I mean? Competitively, that's just how I thought. So, not playing as much as I would have liked my freshman year. Uh, it was tough, but I understood. You know what I mean? I understood. I feel like my maturity level kind of got me through that process of knowing, like, this is totally different. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've never been here before. There's guys there's coaches who, coach at this level for so long. There's guys who, you come in at 18 years old. My teammates are 24, 25, 23. You know what I mean? So it's like, man, these guys have been here. You know what I mean? And it's like you got to have a balance between wait your turn and also, um, you know, I should be on the court. You know what I mean? You got to have a balance between the two. And I had a healthy balance of that, man. It wasn't too rough because uh, my teammates didn't, look down upon me, you know what I mean? Because I didn't play as much as them. You know what I mean? It was always a family. Uh, but I just knew, man, I knew once I got my opportunity that it was gonna be no looking back. So
My senior year, I just did my first day of senior year, and as a freshman for you, you're going with these seniors, 24, 25-year-olds. You kind of got to mature pretty quickly because you're back to being the youngest kid on campus. How quickly
right.
did you have to mature?
Uh I've always gotten that I was mature for my age. I've always gotten that statement from people. So but basketball wise, mentally I was cool. Basketball wise, I feel like I learned the difference between the strength and the speed of the game. Uh and just that, not that I was behind or anything. It was just that like uh I started taking the weight room personally. I started taking it real seriously. Being able to take bumps from bigger guards and being able to endure. I mean, the different you know um, physical aspects of the game. Um, I learned that quickly, man. Like that summer I came in. I mean, practice and stuff like that. And I learned that it was, quickly it was different. It was different than high school. Uh, and I feel like college basketball is one of those things where it's like, you know, if you haven't been there, if you haven't played yourself, it's tough to have an opinion. You know what I mean? A lot of the things is not that way, but I think for basketball, for college basketball at least, it's just like if you get it type thing. You know what I mean? When I got to school and I actually started practicing and playing with those guys, man, I understood, what college basketball was made of, what it was really about. You know what I'm saying? So maturity wise, my body, I feel like was the biggest jump for me. Put on weight, uh, being able to take bumps, to the weight room seriously. But mentally, I was always locked in and ready, focused, stuff like that. So yeah.
Last season was really, it was an up and down season for you. You're going off great. You're going off on your breakout year. Then the Georgia Southern game happened. How, in that moment, what was going through your mind? Because it was kind of gave sports fans a relapse of kind of the more Hamlin moment in football. Really, do you know what happened there, or was it just a freak accident?
Yeah, man. Honestly, that's probably scariest situation I've ever been in. Um, a situation where you kind of ask like, why me? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I've been playing basketball for 19 years up until this point. Super healthy. Never had anything like this happen. So, uh, there's a lot of emotions flowing at that time through me, my teammates, my parents. Uh, but it was a situation where it was like a step back. I mean, a step back, and to be grateful. You know what I mean? When I came back, uh, I kind of turned it up a notch when it came to really really being, grateful and thankful for my position, what I'm in. You know what I mean, the situations I'm in, and the rooms I can walk into, and the people I've met because of the game of basketball. So that's what it did for me, man. But I would definitely say that uh, it was a surreal, a crazy moment. I would say it was a crazy moment for everybody, not just for me. Um, Never in a million years would you, imagine something like that happening. And honestly, at the time, man, I was really sick. I was super sick, man. I was, throwing up, had diarrhea, couldn't sleep on the road, sweating in my sleep, coughing, sneezing, anything, you name it. That's probably the sickest I've been. And, just pushing through, trying to play, my competitive spirit. And maybe, I should have told myself to, relax. But, everything happens for a reason. I trust God. So, my teammates were there for me, my parents, my coach staff. So, uh, yeah. I mean, and honestly, to tell you the truth, um, after that moment, I was thinking like, man, this could be it. Like I don't know what just happened out there. Maybe I could be done hooping. So when I got back to play, man, it was a relief. It was a moment of a lot of excitement, man. And my teammates were happy for me too.
You're in the midst around a month. How did that really, like affect your mental health there? Because you can't be on the court, but you can be there supporting your teammates. Just how much were you actually thinking like I should be out there right now? But how did you really get through that?
Man, honestly, it was pretty tough. I think that was the toughest part about the whole thing. Um, just because for me, man, I wanted to play, so bad. My whole life at this level, the minutes I was playing, uh, and I feel like I was finally reaching my point of comfortability, at this level of like, trusting me to just play my game. You know what I'm saying? And my coaching staff, my teammates were getting to that level as well with me. Playing freshman year didn't really play that much. So coming in that last year, I had a lot to prove, and I feel like I was just now hitting like, like a great hump. You know what I mean? I was hitting a great climb, and then I feel like that just, zapped it. You know what I'm saying? But um, that it was tough, man, just because you want to be. Those are your brothers. You know what I'm saying? So and anybody who's played, basketball at this level, you understand like those are like your brothers, honestly. So it was tough. My guys going to war, and I got to sit there in regular clothes. Um, yeah, that was a painful part of it. But like I said, man, you look back and you understand the seriousness of the situation. You know what I'm saying? You understand um, everything that goes into getting back healthy. And your teammates, your coaches understand that, man, and it makes that process easier. And like I said, man, I'm a big believer, so what I mean, I trust God that entire process, man. I was in good hands, man. I was.
You had some positive moments though this year. You had a breakout game against Furman, who went on to beat Virginia on that crazy buzzer beater in the NCAA tournament. And also, you hit a buzzer beater floater against Texas State. Basketball is a game of confidence, I've learned. How much did that really boost your confidence to have both those moments happen in your season?
Be honest with you, man, not at all, not really, man, because I'm just the type of guy like I like to win, bro. So it's like if I have 0 points this game, man, we win. Like feel good. You know what I mean? If I had 25 points we won, I feel good. So, those moments they're good moments. They're moments to talk about, but I want to talk about, when winning the conference. You know what I mean? I want to talk about um, we beat the best team in the conference to get to this, get to this spot in our conference. I want to talk about, things like that. But, you know, you can't take away from those moments. Those moments, are the highlights, and that's what everybody sees. But I'm also that guy who dive on the ball, dive on the loose ball, you know what I mean? Or step over, take a charge, big rebound down the stretch. So, I mean, I wouldn't say they boost my confidence. I just felt like I was in the right spot at the right time. My teammates trust me, coach staff trust me, and I made the plays that I trust myself to make. That they trust me to make.
If you could tell your 12-year-old self that you're living your dream playing Division I college basketball, one of the premier group of five programs and one of the best conferences in all of the country, what would you tell them?
I would just be like, man, you did it, but what I mean, we're not satisfied. Proud of you, like man. Honestly, man, it's crazy because when you look back, you know. you see the work put in, you know what I mean? You see the sacrifices, you see the relationships that had to be broken, you know what I mean? So all of that comes into play, man, when you look back and when you get to this moment, it's crazy because this is flying now. I'm going to my junior year. So it's just like, you did this, you got to this point, and you gotta enjoy it. That's why I said, man, when that situation happened, it was like a step back of like you're doing what you said you wanted to do. You know what I mean? So you don't take that for granted. Like, you know what I mean? It's tough though. You know what I mean? It's just like anything in life, right? So if I was poor one day and tomorrow I get rich, right? That's gonna feel crazy that first day, but after 10 years of being rich, it's gonna become normal. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's how our lives can be, you know what I mean, as basketball players. And that's how I feel like, mine was before the incident. Like I've dreamed of being a Division One basketball player. I literally, like, you know what I mean, went to sleep with a basketball, all that type of stuff. That was everything to me. And now that I'm here, it's like I'm going to class every day, going to practice, going to workouts, going to film, going to, strength and conditioning. It's like, man, you're really doing what you wanted to do. You know what I mean? When you look back and you look at it, it's like, this is what you wanted to do. This is what you told everybody was going to happen. And it did. So, yeah, I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed.
You said you watched a lot of college basketball when you were younger and not a lot of NBA. What player did you really watch and be like, I want to model my game around him?
Uh, NBA, I would say Chris Paul. Um, yeah, Chris Paul was the that guy to me, honestly. Especially at the point guard position. Um, my favorite point guard of all time. I always take pride, and I always, admire the smaller guards, being impactful in the game because that's me. You know what I mean? I'm not the tall guy with all the athleticism. So Chris Paul, being able to flourish and contribute the way he did, especially on that the Hornets and Clippers groups. Yeah, I really appreciate that.
This season, you and Old Dominion, your teammates, get to travel to Arkansas, and you have a turn. It's like a little bit of a tournament classic game with you play TCU, but you also get to go to you also get Princeton at home. What's it gonna be
Mhm.
like playing three NCAA tournament teams this year?
Oh man, it's gonna be big. It's gonna be great opportunities for us to get a good assessment of where we are. Uh, if we all capable games of winning, you know, that's what I believe going to the court at any moment. You know what I mean? But kudos to those guys. You know what I mean? They're great groups. Very well coached, and when we play them, man, we got to bring our A game.
What goals do you have for this season for just not yourself, but your team as a whole?
My goal is the same every year: win a conference. We win a conference, we go dancing. That's my goal every year.
You're coming into the end of your collegiate career in a couple of years. What do you have any plans after your college career is over? Kind of like what do you want to do after college?
Yeah, man, I got aspirations of playing for money. Playing at the highest level. Being professional. I feel like I've played basketball my whole life. Why not get paid for it? Why not make it my profession? Uh, but then also, man, I got dreams of doing all type of stuff, man. I want to write books. Um, I want to train, want to coach. Honestly, man, I just don't want to have to sit behind a desk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sit with a suit on at the office. I want to stay around sports in some type of way. So
I saw you're taking a sports management degree, and that's what I'm going to be doing when I go to college. And a lot of it's like some people like it's office work, but also it's a lot of interacting with the game. And you seem like
right,
you love the game and you just want to be back, like you want to stay in the game.
right, exactly.
The question I ask everybody is, what are three things you're thankful for right now in your life?
Uh, uh, I would say God. Giving me the strength every day. You know, I have ups and downs. I go through things, but you know, um, that strength that you get from God, having that relationship, um, I can speak for me personally, has got me through a lot of moments, man. specifically the incident against Georgia Southern. You know, uh, and that faith, man, that faith in God is incredible. Then I would say my family, of course, my family, man, my backbone. Understands me. You know, is honest with me. Tell me when I'm wrong. You know what I mean, but also will give me a pat on the back. When I do good. So I would say definitely my family number two. Um, and then number three, man, I would say good health. You know, that situation it had it had a toll on me. It kind of made me sit back for a little bit, and um, still kind of having ups and downs with that situation to this day. But man, I'm still breathing. I'm still running up and down the court. I'm still shooting the ball. So man, definitely, man, good health. A lot of people, um, you know, can't say that. So definitely, I'm blessed to be able to, still be out there. Shooting, dribbling, guarding. Man, it's nothing like it.
Hey, thank you, man, for coming on here today. I know you got a really busy schedule, and these 20 minutes was really just learning your story. It's what I do it for.
Of course,
I
man. I
can't
want to say shout out to my mother. Love you to death. And yeah, appreciate you.
thank you for coming on. I'm gonna be watching you guys this winter. I hope you guys do the best. Hope you guys make the NCAA tournament. I really want to see you guys after what you said. We haven't seen Old Dominion in the tournament for a minute, so I want to
Yeah.
see you guys in there.
Right.
Have a great season and keep in touch, man.
Appreciate you.
Have a great day.